want y'all to see my trays over here. I would put the phone over there, but I don't want it to get too hot. So I'm gonna work over here. Actually gonna prepare these trays here for new plantings, for new seeds. So set up over here on the back side. Got 5 trays here. So make sure we give y'all a visual. It's warm out here today, as it has been almost every day. I think it's about 90. And pardon the actual service, because I tell you, I've cut as many trees as I feel like cutting. Starlink has, and I'm using this to strain all of the rocks and everything. I could just throw it all in there, but sometimes this is better because you just get all dirt as opposed to the stones and the pebbles and all that stuff. Because some of it is really coarse and fine, and then some of it isn't. I don't know what I'm gonna plant yet. I do know I probably want to do some catnip, some rosemary, some herbs, a couple other things. I have to transplant the zucchini, the acorn squash, some of the melons today because they're ready to be transplanted. So I'm gonna probably do that in another hour or two later this afternoon. Yeah. They say it's going to be a lot of food shortages. So we just look at the news and we hear what they say, and then we try to implement what we can to make sure that we're prepared here and we're not caught lacking. I had a little stick thing to help with. Probably will do some more lettuce for sure. It's like the staple on my salads. All right, got that one. And then let's see, it's May. So I'm assuming that most of y'all that's out there gardening, and y'all have already started your gardens because almost into the summer now. I do see why a lot of farmers spray their. It says I'm connected, so I'm not sure what's going on. Still no sound. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully we get some good service because I can't control the Starlink. It's up there. I got a clear path, but I guess the satellites with all these trees surrounding me, it becomes obstructed. And you think that it's clear, but for whatever reason, it'll say obstructed or something else. I don't know. Network interruption. It's always something. But I'm still thankful. Got my wheelbarrow down here. Last week I was working with the wheelbarrow, and oh my God, I was so out of breath. I felt it was crazy. Man, this wheelbarrow got me out of breath. Not only that, other stuff that we were doing, it was a lot. Realize how out of shape I am when it comes to moving the wheelbarrow. All right, so we got our trays set up, and now I'm gonna go get some of the seeds and some water to spray in this. You can hear it now, perfect. So now I'm gonna go grab some seeds. As you can see, we planted a whole bunch of acorn squash, zucchini, watermelon, cantaloupe. That's all under here, and these right here, these are getting ready to be transplanted today. They're ready. So we're going to take these up front under the cherry tree, close to the cherry tree, the fruit tree, the avocado tree. We're going to plant these sparsely throughout what we already have planted. So we got a couple cherry trees up front. We also have a lime tree. We're going to plant one of each near each fruit tree. And there's also some herbs up there. So I don't know if I'll be able to bring y'all along for that because it's further up and the Starlink is back here. So yeah, we're gonna plant these, which are a bunch of melons, acorn squash, zucchini, after other squash, 2 different types of squash, acorn squash, and I forget the other one. But then we have the arugula. These are going in the garden bed. We also have some cilantro. The cilantro is going to go throughout the food forest as well. Some in the garden bed, but some throughout the forest. In the meantime, I have to grab some of the seeds, and I also have to grab the hose because I like to put some mist, like a spray on the trays, and then plant. So I'm gonna plant some catnip and some rosemary. As you can see, we got the rosemary, heirloom, year 500 BC, and then we have some catnip. And I'm gonna also turn the hose on. Oh, look what we took off of the tree this morning. Bananas. We come outside and grab bananas. It's the grocery store out here, you heard? We have the grocery store. So we got the water. How we doing? Can you hear? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me out there? How's the service? Are we buffering? Oh, look at the mangoes. I want to show you guys the mangoes real quick. You know, all of these mango trees over here. Every last one of them, with the exception of maybe 4 or 5. But look how beautiful this is to grab the mangoes off the tree. This is awesome, right? This is crazy. This is amazing. Like, to come here and be able to grab, and then we just got the banana. So that's my smoothies right there. Oh, and then this papaya tree started to grow out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from. You know, we got the banana, we have the papaya. Only thing we're missing for the smoothie is the dates. This is the papaya tree right here. I don't know how it started. I don't know if a bird carried the seeds. I don't know, but it's right here, and I'm thankful for it. Right under these mango trees. It's our small mango orchard. It had to be revised and brought back to life, because I don't know if you guys have been following this channel for a while, but if you look at the older videos, you'll see how cluttered, and there was actually 60 something mango trees in there. Now there's only 30 something. We cut half of them down because they were not getting any sunlight. And because they weren't getting any sunlight, they kept growing taller so they can get sun. And they weren't producing any fruit. So we cleared them and cut them down. And now they're producing fruit. I've sprayed these this morning. It's just so hot out here. So we're gonna do the rosemary and the catnip. As I said, this is okra right here that came up. Okra. All of these have okra in them. These are only 2 that have sprouted so far. I'm gonna put a light mist on here. Ooh, didn't mean that. And I'll poke holes in. Might need some more. It's a bit loose. So in 3 months, we'll have some fully mature catnip. How long for the rosemary? 2.5 months, but it comes back. So if you want to cut it, it'll grow back. Just like most of the lettuce, you cut it, it grows back. As long as you don't pull it out the soil, cut it, comes right back. All right, so we have finished this tray. Hey, let's put the rest of these back in this packet. The catnip, these ones aren't heirlooms, so we'll see how these do. But these are catnip right here. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of soil on top of the seeds, back on after a great buffer gap. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of a little bit of soil on top of the seeds that we just planted. Not a lot. We don't wanna make them too deep, because then when they do start to try to germinate, they won't have nowhere to come up. So we're just gonna put a little bit on top. Yeah, not all, just a little bit, just enough to cover them up. We don't want them too saturated with soil, and they won't have nowhere to come up. I'm just learning all this stuff, you know. Go to school for any of this. I didn't grow up on a farm, but it didn't deter me from coming out here and starting and getting things going. All right, just enough to cover the seed, not too much. So that's it for that tray. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit it with a light mist. It's warm out here today. Hit it with a light mist. Actually, it's hot. It's not warm, it's hot. There we go. And then we'll keep our eyes on it throughout the day, make sure it doesn't dry out completely, because we want to make sure that it has some moisture there. Not to the point that it's flooded, but just a small light mist of water. And the next one we're going to do, I don't know what seeds I'm going to put. I got to go in the house and get those. But we just planted some rosemary and some catnip. And with that, I'm going to get the rest of these planted. I'm going to go figure out what else I want to plant today. And we're going to get those planted. We're going to get the other ones transplanted, probably an hour or so. And I appreciate y'all for watching. Sorry about the service. Y'all know I'm off grid, literally in the middle of the jungle. I mean, technically it only means that you don't have any electrical hookup to a third party and you don't have any water hookup to a third party. My well is right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can take you over here just really quick before we end the video. There's great info about the soil cover. Many people don't know those technical details. Yeah, I did it and realized one day I was looking at the soil and I'm like, or I planted all these seeds and nothing came up, and I was like, what the heck? And then I realized, oh, you planted them too deep. That's the well right there. And there's a pump in there. And there's also pipes that run from the well to the house, which is right there. And once it gets to the cistern, which is under the house, the 600-gallon cistern, that gray thing under the house, there's another pump, and there's a sensor in there that says, oh, the water's too low, let's pump it from the well to the house. And there's a pump that gives us pressure So we have pressure from the well or from the water that comes from the cistern. So we got a pretty good setup here. We also have a creek back there, and that's where we get our water, our fruit trees. We do not water the mango trees. They're already mature and deep into the soil. Although we probably can, we don't. And that's a lot more manpower, a lot more water being used. And a lot of people are saying that they aren't getting rain. A lot of the people over in the Midwest and the mountain areas, and a lot of they get their water from, it hasn't snowed and all that stuff I've been hearing on the news. And Florida, a lot of Florida haven't been getting a lot of the rain that they supposed to get. So I don't know if we're in a drought. It's just so much out here nowadays. And one thing we do have to do is eat. So just go get yourself some seeds. I don't know what you're going to do for water, but you know, get some. If you can't afford a well, which is expensive, especially in the States, you might want to get yourself like a cistern where you can collect rainwater. Because as you can see up top, we have the gutters on both sides, and then that little white pipe that's at the bottom of the house here, that brings from both sides, it comes in and it brings the water into the cistern. It brings the water into the cistern, and then we have a couple filters so the water gets filtered when it comes into the house. Although I never drink the water, sometimes I use it to boil my teas and all that stuff. Boiling the water kind of a lot of the bacteria I hear, but I'm not so sure about that. Anywho, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've been on here for 45 minutes. I don't know if the video is gonna upload. It's terribly dry and drought in the islands of Caribbean right now. Stick package on the trees so you know what it is. You know what? You're right. Let me put them. I usually keep them in the order of what I'm gonna put these ones back there. I don't want to get, this one's empty, but this one has some seeds in it. I don't think it's gonna rain, but we do have some on the fort. I woke up the other day and it just kind of quickly. It was probably like 4 minutes and then it was done. But we do have some rain on the forecast, so I don't know if we'll get it or not. But if we do, the only thing is the seeds are in here and I don't want them to go bad. All right, so I will leave the rosemary just to know that that rosemary that was planted. And then of course, catnip. So I would just keep the catnip under the house and leave the rosemary packed back here since it's already empty. Of course, we got a bunch of acorn squash. I don't want to call it spaghetti squash. We do have zucchini down here. I can't remember the name of the squash. I'm sorry. But I'm going to leave this rosemary here to let me know what's planted on this side. And then the other side is the catnip, right? And we got to plant the rest. The other 4 trays, we're going to plant those now. And I got to go in the house and get some seeds. But I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate y'all for watching. This is See Thy Wealth. Water your health. Drink a glass